Dear leaders of European People's Party, ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here at a turning point in history. The world order, shaped after World War II, is undergoing profound change. As the United States stepped back from its traditional leadership role, we see a clear shift from unipolar to multipolar system. While some fear this could lead to chaos, the outcome will largely depend on whatever traditional US allies can step up and strengthen their cooperation independently. Throughout the history, dominant leadership has often underpinned global stability. Yet history also teaches us that multipolar cooperation, as seen in the Concert of Europe or Hanseatic League, can maintain order without a single hegemon. Today we clearly see the United States seeking pragmatic deals with rivals like Russia and China, while putting pressure on long-standing allies. This echoes past concert systems, but history warns us such arrangements are fragile and rarely endure. Now Europe must step in and step up. This is not a question of resources. We have the manpower, the technology, and the economy. What we lack is true political will, not just rhetoric, but action. Time is critical. Russia acted now because it believed the West was distracted and weak. We must prove them wrong. Europe must seize back the initiative immediately. This must be backed by major effort to ramp up military production at the scale and by large, regular joint exercises along our frontiers. At the same time, Europe must consolidate its industries, legal frameworks, foreign policy, and financial systems. We must move beyond being just a market or a bureaucracy. We must become a true global economic and military power, united by a common will to lead and to shape the future. Of course, we need America. We must move, but at the same time, we must move past dependency on the United States. America can remain a valid partner, but Europe must chart its own course. Defeating Russian aggression is essential. Ukraine must be fully enabled not just to defend its territory, but to sweep Russian forces from its land and to strike deep into Russia's emotionally, economically, and industrially most vulnerable points. Europe must immediately launch a military production surge, dedicated 30% of initial output to Ukraine, part as a credit, part as a strategic support. Ukraine must be trained and equipped not just to survive, but to fully unleash Europe's overwhelming technological advantages. No longer forced to fight with its hands tied, but empowered to achieve decisive victory. At the same time, Ukraine must be deeply tied into Europe's political and economic structures. Long-term contracts for rebuilding Ukraine must be secured for at least the next 20 years. Ukraine's full political, military, and economical integration must be a top priority. And let me be clear, there must be no false peace deals dictated by Russia or others. A truce is not peace. If we accept a false settlement now, the war will return with all its strength and brutality. In the face of devastating war in Ukraine, marked by inhuman horrors, countless deaths of innocent people, and the destruction of homes, hospitals, and schools, we must ask ourselves, will always truly go unpunished? Do we truly believe we can prevent future wars by rewarding the aggressor, handing Russia Ukrainian territories and citizens as trophies, and rushing to restore business as usual with Moscow? Can we still speak of justice if we end up punishing the victim, Ukraine, instead of holding the aggressor to account? History is watching us, ladies and gentlemen. We must not make this mistake, not only for the sake of justice, but for the future security of our continent. Thank you very much.